Hi. So I just came home for lunch. My wife made me a sandwich. She's like, "Oh, she was watching the show. She's like, "You've got to see. Let me rewind it, and you have got to see this depression commercial about them trying to sell this medication. You are not going to believe the side effects and the problems that this drug that's supposed to treat and help depression actually causes. You've never seen anything like this in your life. Oh, all right, well, let's play it. Now, first, I'm going to play it without any volume. I want you to see what the visual stimulation is when you just watch this without any volume, just muted. And see what are they showing you? What is the scenery? How do you feel? You know, that kind of thing. Alright, I'm going to rewind it now. And I am going to play it with audio. And let's see what changes.
The movie premiere, A Walk in My Shoes, Friday 8/7 Central on NBC.
It follows you wherever you go. It's a cloud of depression. And although you've been on an antidepressant for at least 6 weeks, you're frustrated that your depressive symptoms are still with you. Seroquel XR, when added to an antidepressant, is approved for the treatment of major depressive disorder. For many, taking Seroquel XR with an antidepressant was proven more effective for treating unresolved symptoms of depression than an antidepressant alone. Call your doctor if you have unusual changes in mood, behavior, or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants can increase these in children, teens, and young adults. Elderly dementia patients taking Seroquel XR have an increased risk of death. Call your doctor if you have fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, as these may be signs of a life-threatening reaction. Or if you have uncontrollable muscle movements, as these could become permanent. High blood sugar has been reported with Seroquel XR and medicines like it, and in extreme cases can lead to coma or death. Your doctor should check for cataracts. Other risks include decreases in white blood cells, which can be fatal, seizures, increased cholesterol, weight gain, dizziness on standing, drowsiness, impaired judgment, and trouble swallowing. Use caution before driving or operating machinery. For more help putting distance between you and your depression, ask your doctor about adding Seroquel XR today. Learn more at seroquelxr.com. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Okay. Yeah, we're still recording. Alright. Play that video back again, the second part where it has audio and video. And this time, don't look at the video. Turn your head away or turn off your monitor and just listen to the audio of that. And then realize how you're being brainwashed live by some very sneaky propaganda. Put these background pictures. They got the beautiful flowers, this beautiful outdoor scene. There's just a little cloud falling behind this person. Do they look really depressed? Not really. There's just this little fake cloud on the video behind these people. Oh, it's just a little. They got a case of depression, and our thing can help. And then they change scenes, so you focus on the scene, and oh, there's a guy walking now, I wonder what he's going to do. And right when they do that, they're spitting out quickly, this could kill you, this could make you horribly sick, you could die, blah, blah, blah. Oh, but they're changing the scene, what's this guy going to do? You can't even recall everything that they've told you if you are basically zoned in and watching that commercial. So you see that crap. Who in the hell got that on TV? Did the FDA or whoever's in charge of this stuff, I mean, did they look at that and say, yeah, we approve that. That's a good commercial. That's okay. Go ahead and put that on the air. We'll accept that. We'll go ahead and also, again, FDA, accept the drug to treat an illness. Drugs treat illnesses. And notice how on the commercial they call being depressed some kind of illness. Who defines that? Who has the right to tell everyone else what a disease or something is? Now it's some kind of illness, as if you caught a cold and it's called depression and you need this medicine to help fix it, when in fact the medicine might make you have suicidal thoughts, killing yourself, even if you don't and your brain or body chemistry doesn't have that effect on you, make it have that effect on you, you might in fact be killed by it due to the other health problems it causes you, even though you didn't kill yourself. And this is an acceptable drug to treat this illness of depression. Well, I can assure you millions of those are about to be sold here shortly when the people who are about to get cut off of unemployment get cut off of unemployment. That drug's going to be phenomenal because it'll have a good purpose. Hey, maybe it will treat depression. And the people taking it might think for a minute, yeah, maybe it's treating it, and then they die. Now those dead people don't have to collect unemployment anymore. Is it the person's fault for seeing that on TV, knowing that his or her government allowed that to be on there, the FDA portion of their government who sees into these matters, does these tests, checks everything out, who should have their best interest in mind, if they approved it, and it's on TV, then by God, I should be able to take it. And I am pretty depressed right now due to the doom and gloom out there right now, so I think I'm going to take this drug. It's no different than when you went and sat down in front of a mortgage person, and they said, yeah, you can afford this loan, but don't you need to know how much money I make? No, we don't need to know at all. You've got good credit, that's all we need to know. Here, sign here, here's your house, have a nice day. Well, you have to have a house, you got to live somewhere, don't you? So you accepted what they told you. Not to mention, even if your brain kicked in and said, wait a minute, this is a $200,000 house. When I do the math and I see this weekly and monthly spending, man, we really can't afford more than maybe $120,000, $125,000 for a home. But they've showed me everything on paper. It looks good. They've said I'm going to do it, so I guess I'm going to do it. If you don't do it, you don't get a house. If you decide at that time when houses are $200,000, I'm going to go and do what my responsible side of my brain tells me, which is going against the experts, the expert bankers, the expert mortgage persons, the expert property appraisers who are telling me I should get this house. I'm going to go against all the experts and use my little dumb mind that doesn't know about this stuff and think rationally and say, well, I'm going to be the one bozo who doesn't listen to all these experts. And I'm going to go get the $125,000 house. So then you go over, you start looking in the newspaper, you start looking everywhere. There's no $125,000 houses or cheaper in this area or even close to this area. Where's the next best area that has those houses? Oh, right next to the ghetto. Oh, you mean like a couple miles away? No, like right next door, across the street from the ghetto. Worst part of town. Oh, so that's where the $125,000 and less houses are. Yeah. So you could be the responsible one and go live within your means next to the ghetto, where you get broken into, your house, your wife might get raped at night, she might get mugged, you guys might get mugged, because that's exactly what happens near and in the ghetto. Am I being racial? No. Look at the statistics. It's simple data and math will tell you, here's the areas where the biggest crimes are committed, the worst crimes are committed. Lo and behold, that's right near the ghetto. Happens all the time, no matter where you are. So the responsible person now can say, I tried to be responsible, even because my mind was telling me these people were wrong, and I went to go get that house that I could afford, only to find out that I can't go there because I'm not going to put my kids, my wife, and myself in danger and force my kids to go to school at the downtown, whatever, ghetto school, where he's just going to get beat up or she's going to get beat up in school. Not to mention, even if I did decide to do that and allow that to happen to my kids, the whole area is terrible. for a million reasons, obviously, and you don't even have to go there. You don't even have to explain why. So now you're back to the $200,000 house. I guess I'm going to have to do this because it's in the area, the schools are by, my job's by, everything's right. They said I could get this house, so I'm going to get the house. It was approved by everyone, right, because there's all these regulatory agencies. They wouldn't allow people to lie to you in the financial industry to get you to sign something. That's fraud. Someone has to be looking out for our interests, and that's our government. Therefore, if the banks are allowed to do this and there's financial regulations on them, imposed onto them by our government, then they won't be allowed to do that. Therefore, they must be telling me something I just don't know. I can afford the house. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Wrong. Failure. You pay anyways. Taxpayer bailout. So the same thing's going to happen with these lawsuits. Lawsuits are going to come out. All these companies get sued. Ends up coming, well, probably coming as the FDA or someone will end up getting sued for billions and billions of dollars, which they'll finally agree to the lawsuit against all these millions of people who've been had by the lies and corruption, only to be bailed out by the American taxpayer. It's no different than when a cop pulls you over illegally, searches your car illegally without asking you. You tell him, hey, what you're doing is wrong. You try to stop him. Oh, you put your hands on me. I'm taking you to jail for assaulting an officer. It's a fraudulent charge. They end up dropping the charge to scare you anyways. To scare you, they just do that. And then finally you sue them. You win, hands down. They won't even allow it to go to trial. They're begging you, let's settle, let's settle, let's settle. How much do you want? I want $50,000. Okay, let's settle. Settling does not admit guilt. Now the officer and his peers and higher-ups who told him, yeah, you had the right to do that, even though they know they didn't, now they don't have to fire the guy, and they can simply say, well, we settled out of court, we didn't admit guilt, we didn't say we did, we didn't say we didn't, it's been settled, no one's been charged, and have a nice day. Okay, so you paid this person $50,000. Yes, we did. Oh, that kind of hurt your back pocket. You're not going to do that again, huh? Well, it didn't really hurt our back pocket, it hurt your back pocket, technically, because you're the taxpayer, right? Yeah. And I'm the police officer in the local police, and if we get sued and we have to pay, well, it comes out of your back pocket. So if another one of my officers does the same thing, they'll let them sue us if we don't already scare the pants off of them by throwing all these fake charges at them to scare them away. If that doesn't work and they actually sue us, then we'll settle again. And if it takes more money, that's fine. We'll settle again. Who's going to turn down $50,000 or $60,000 for a simple abuse of rights? You didn't get beat up like Rodney King. Take your 50, 60K, shut up, sue us, we'll let the taxpayers pay it. So if there's no accountability, everywhere you look, the only thing left to do is to have your own accountability, which means you have to immediately start educating yourself to be one of the experts that you normally would rely on, such as in the housing industry, the FDA, any government agency, any banking institution, anything in your life, the food you eat, you name it, everything falls on your shoulders. And I realize our society is supposed to work where you don't have to know everything. You rely on all these different branches of society to help out. Oh, you're the banking sector? I could go there for some, advice on what I should invest in. They're not going to lead me wrong, right? Only to find out they did. And Ponzi scheme after Ponzi scheme has now happened. Banker bailout has happened. TARP has happened. All this stuff has happened at your expense at the end of the day regardless. So not only do you lose, and your kids lose for paying taxes on all this stuff, and all these lawsuits you pay for, you lose also because now you have to re-educate yourself to find out the real answers, the real truth, without going to the experts. It'd be like me telling you, don't go to school, don't go to grade school, don't go to college, don't go to high school. What? Yeah, go on the internet and start educating yourself. What kind of response would that be? You're supposed to go to school. You're supposed to go. There's experts there. There's people who are more knowledgeable in these things than you who are going to teach you. Well, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. And then the reality shows you that's not how it is at all. So what the hell are we teaching our kids to basically lie to them? And then, hey, you're 18. Have a nice day. Okay, I'll treat others how I want to be treated. I won't cheat people. I won't steal. Damn, Dad. I can't even make more than minimum wage over here. I got to get 2 jobs just to barely pay some of these bills. I thought it was a little easier than that. How do you guys do it, Dad? Well, we've been doing this for 30 years now, son. And there's a couple things I need to tell you. The economy is fake. The stock market, it's also fake. Don't use credit cards. Don't use banks. Buy gold and silver. But why? Why are you telling me? This is like opposite of everything that we're supposed to be told. Because everything's a lie. And right now, that lie is being exposed. So anyways, this became into a rant off of a stupid commercial I just saw that was so mind-blowing, I had to do a video immediately before going back to work to show you the disgust of what I feel of this. and I'm sure you do too. And, of course, it branches off into other things, the housing, and basically everything in our lives that are complete lies and illusions. So, anyways, that's all I got. I will talk to y'all later.